Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Come along with me as we spend the day together. We're going to spend some time in the garden. Of course, we'll get some of our schoolwork done. We're going to check out my favorite local garden center. We're going to make a home-cooked comfort dinner and put some home decor up that I've been waiting to do for so long. But first, we're going to start out in the kitchen and make some breakfast. All four of my kids were super excited when they found out we had stuff available to make biscuits and gravy for breakfast. So they all jumped on that, and I'm going to be making that. A lot of times when I am in the kitchen or really any room, I try to multitask and get a lot of my cleaning done in between downtime. So I have a little bit of time while the sausage is cooking for the gravy and the oven is heating up. So I'm going to get some sweeping done. I like doing this. I even do this, like we usually will sit in the living room while we do our schoolwork, or we'll sit at like the dining room table, something like that. And in the middle of that, while I have a little bit of downtime, I'll get up and I'll sweep or I'll vacuum a rug real quick, just something really small, but it does help because I don't feel like I'm left with all of the chores as soon as I'm done with whatever task I'm working on. So anyway, I got some sweeping out of the way, and now I'm going to continue to put together my sausage gravy. Now, I'm always surprised when people don't know how to make like sausage gravy because it's so incredibly easy, and I don't think enough people know that. So all I do is I get this is about half a pound of breakfast sausage. I'm getting that going in this skillet, and then once it is all cooked through, I will put about a quarter of a cup to a half of a cup of flour all over it. I'll get it nice and coated, and then I slowly add in the milk to thicken it up. It doesn't usually need a ton of things, maybe a small pinch of salt, and I like a lot of pepper in my gravy. I am a major pepper person, but not always my kids are, so I will add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and like I said, just slowly adding in the milk and stirring it until it thickens. A lot of times I like to keep things very simple, so I just did some canned biscuits in the oven and I made some eggs on the stove, and that was breakfast this morning. We have a little bit of a new routine that we've been following this spring. We usually, after breakfast, will head outside. The boys love going on the trampoline before school, and it gets out some of their energies, which is nice because then they're ready to sit down for schoolwork. But while they're doing that, I'm checking on the garden. I don't have a ton of stuff in here just yet. I've been somewhat waiting off because our weather has been very back and forth. We've had so much whiplash from all this weather. 1 minute it will be like 90 degrees, and then like a day later it will be in the 60s. So it is still so off and on. So I'm holding off a little bit for that. These are the potatoes that I planted before my surgery. I've never done potatoes before, but I am like the most excited for how they've been turning out. So anyway, I'm just going in, checking on a couple of things that are actually in the garden. A lot of stuff is we've also been holding off until I kind of get the all clear after my surgery. So I have started a lot of seeds and stuff, like in little pots on my front porch, just because it's a lot easier for me to get out there and get everything watered and taken care of and just kind of monitor. So I have a lot of like little seedlings that we will be planting, I'm thinking at the end of this week, actually in the garden. And then I have a couple of just random things that like Lincoln has helped me plant, or one of my other kids have come out here and just helped me plant real quick. So we have some onions in this bed, and I think we have peas. Yeah, peas. So I'm just giving everything a quick water. Now it is incredibly hard to see what I'm watering here, but this is actually a lemon tree. And this is, I believe, the third or fourth year that I've had it. And so we are officially going to be putting it in the ground this year, and I'm pretty excited about that. I have a couple herbs and small plants that I have planted from seed out on the back patio. So I'm going to go around, give them a quick water, and get all those taken care of. But as I am doing this voiceover, we have actually officially started opening the pool, which is funny because so in years past, we've actually had the pool open by now, and the kids were actually already able to swim in it the first weekend of May, which just seems so wild because I think today the temperatures are actually really cool this week. So yeah, it's just interesting. This whole year has been kind of out of whack. Like we had a really bad snowstorm in the winter, but other than that, it was like very mild. So everybody's kind of thinking that this summer is going to be pretty brutal. So we'll have to see. We've also had barely any rain, which is not really like us. If you remember from last year, I got our skeleton out and got him dressed. I like to pose him around. The back of our yard is on a golf course. So we like to kind of pose him or put him in the pool on a floaty, just various things around our backyard, just for entertainment and kind of get a laugh out of the golfers and passerbys. While the boys are finishing up on the trampoline, I'm going to step out in the front and water a couple of the plants and seedlings that I have out here. So I know I've shown in plenty of other videos that I have started doing little like seedlings in these pots out front. It is just so much easier, and I also do it with my boys, so we will just plant them really quick in the kitchen and then put them out here. They get some really great morning sun, and then it's just easy enough for me to monitor. So we have a bunch of seedlings, and a lot of our garden has been planted from seed this year, which I've never really had too much luck with. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. I'm looking at this one plant because also a lot of our plants have been mixed up. So it's labeled as chives, but it's actually, what is it? It's a flower. Oh, it's a huge zinnia plant. And I'm just like, there's not even chives in this entire pot. So anyway, I was just kind of looking at that because I thought that was funny. I'm over here. I brought my monstera out this year. And then I also have some more peas up here in the front too that are on this like homemade trellis. Like I said, the boys helped me plant and stuff a lot this year, so we have peas pretty much everywhere, and it's kind of cool to see how in different environments, how they're doing, and the ones on the front porch are just completely thriving. I've noticed mornings like these where we're stepping out almost first thing in the morning, enjoying that sunshine and fresh air, it does so much, not just for my mood, but also the boys' mood. Just getting out there in that fresh air first thing, it just feels incredible. And I feel like just sets your day up for success. It's such a small thing and a little weird to even say, but it just, I don't know, it starts the day out on the right foot. So we have really enjoyed these mornings getting out and just enjoying the fresh air before we actually begin our schoolwork and stuff like that. So now we're back in and we're working on schoolwork. It's a very exciting time because everybody is like slowly wrapping up all of their subjects. And so like Theo, he only has a couple of lessons in language arts left. He has knocked out all of the rest of his curriculum for the year, and everybody is inching that much closer to the finish line for our end of school work. And it's pretty exciting because we're all very excited to enjoy the summer ahead. If you've been here for a while, I'm sure you recognize this garden center. This is one of my absolute favorites. It is just a local place here, and it is just incredibly beautiful. I love how they display all of their stuff, and they have interesting ways of like displaying plants and stuff. And I always just love coming here to see the different displays and stuff that they add. I feel like it gives a bunch of different ideas for your own yard. So I love just coming here and wandering around. I did also find all these climbing roses, which I was really excited about. However, they were insanely priced, like insanely priced. So I didn't end up getting these, but I have been, that's something that I'm wanting to add this year to my garden is a bunch of climbing roses and just perennials in general. We're kind of slowly adding perennials. That way we don't have to end up buying as much every single year, and just stuff to kind of, have our yard come back to life every spring and summer. So that is our goal this year, is the climbing roses. And then I think we'll just move on to a new perennial each year until our whole yard is just very whimsical and full. So anyway, I was looking at those, and that was a huge reason of coming here. They also have really great deals on like all of their statues and fountains and stuff like that. So like I said, we were just wandering around and looking for different ideas and looking at different things. I think we ended up getting just a couple of small plants, but I was mostly on the hunt for some climbing roses this year. And a little bit of a spoiler alert, but I did not find them here because it was just way more than I was wanting to spend on them. And also because I was wanting a couple of the plants, and they had them for like the price of what I was willing to pay for like 3. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? We're going to keep looking. And like I said, a little bit of a spoiler alert, but we did end up finding some, and I was so excited about it. I'll end up sharing with you some of the things that we bought in one of my videos coming up, but now we are back home, and if this part looks familiar, I did insert it here just so you kind of knew a little bit of a close-up of each of these. I wanted to share again. So these are the canvases that I had bought online, but also I have been kind of collecting a lot of this stuff over the last year or two, the frames, and just slowly making a collection because since we've lived here, probably, I have wanted to put a collage of pictures on a wall, and I never knew how it would actually look. I've went back and forth with this for so long, and now that I've actually done it, I'm like kicking myself because it looks so good. And I am just like, man, I wish I would have just followed my gut and done this so much sooner. But it was nice too because I was also able to slowly collect these pieces and put together a collection that I really, really like. So Anyway, I am showing you the stuff that I've slowly collected, and then we are going to arrange them. I like to arrange them on the floor first to make sure that everything is where I want it and how I like it in the collage. And then my husband's going to hang them on the wall. Whenever we stop in thrift stores, picture frames are one of the things that I always look at because they have some beautiful ones. Like I really love this gold one. A lot of them will already have like the picture mats in them, and they're such a great price. So this one was $2.99. A lot of times you can find them for the half price off there too. But any thrift store, not just Goodwill, they always have such good deals on picture frames, and they're usually really great quality. And you can find giant ones. So that is something I always look for whenever I am thrift shopping. And like I said, I'll just find one or two and then I put it aside in our storage area. And then I just kind of found some canvases that I liked over time, and I'm just putting them together in a collage that I didn't really know exactly, like, you know how I didn't really have a theme to my collage is what I'm trying to say. I just wanted something cool and collective looking, and I didn't want it to just be very matchy. I wanted it something very collective and vintagey, but also modern. I don't know. I saw stuff that I liked and I just wanted to kind of put it together, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. There was a couple of pieces, this one in particular with the girl behind the flowers, that I was a little like, I don't know if that's actually going to work. But in the end, everything looks, at least in my opinion, really beautiful together. And I like how it doesn't necessarily go together, but it does all look very collective and beautiful. So I am super excited. Like I said, if you've seen this part before, I just wanted to let you know what each piece was individually before we add it onto the wall. I figured it would be a good reminder of what each piece was, because it's not as easy on video to see like what each piece is. So if you saw that and you remember it, just a little bit of a reminder. And now my husband is going to put it on the wall. Like I said, I have it laid out on the floor. It's just a lot easier for me to visually see things and see how I want it laid out. So I lay it out on the floor exactly how I want it. And then he will then put it on the wall exactly how I have it laid out on the floor. And it's a small collection, but I feel like it's something that I can always add to as I continue to find pieces. All right, we have that project out of the way, and now it is time to crack open a cold one. Or a Diet Coke. So this is something, it's so funny because I hated Diet Coke for almost my entire life. And I just recently, it was Christmas time, we went to visit my mother-in-law. We had a funeral, and so we were staying with my mother-in-law, and she had Diet Coke, and for whatever reason, I drank some, and ever since then I've found that I can actually drink Diet Coke. I can't drink normal Coke. It makes me really sick, and I've been like that probably since I think I was pregnant with Theo. I haven't been able to drink Coke. It just really messes with me, so I can't drink normal Coke, and I thought it would be the same for Diet, but I ended up giving it a try, and for whatever reasons I can drink Diet Coke. So I have like one maybe in the afternoon, and just, you know, one of those nice little pick-me-up drinks that you look forward to. It's kind of like a coffee in the morning. I look forward to a Diet Coke in the evening. So anyway, so I am starting on dinner. I'm not going to walk you through the entire recipe just because it is very self-explanatory, and I'm sure everybody knows how to make pork chops and mashed potatoes and a vegetable. So that is what we're having for dinner tonight. We have recently come across a grocery store that does really great meat sales, usually about once or twice a month. So whenever they have those sales, we stock up on meat. It's primarily pork and beef. I'm trying to think if there's other things. We usually buy our chicken at Walmart because that is where we find the best price. But this, a couple of grocery stores that we've been shopping at, they're kind of smaller, so I don't really know if they're throughout. But anyway, I talk about them in my grocery hauls, and they have had some really great deals on meat. And so whenever we are there during those meat sales, we often will get pork and beef. Now, we usually don't buy pork aside from like sausage and bacon. We're not really huge with it. And then also I won't really buy it unless it's on sale. So now that we've been buying it on sale, a lot of times we just throw the pork chops like on the grill. That's one of my favorite ways to have it. But I'm wanting to switch it up because we've been having it on the grill so often. And that's why I went ahead and I'm like, you know what, let's just fry it. It'll be a good comfort dinner and everybody will enjoy it. So I'm just getting my dredging station all ready. I like to do flour and a mixture of panko in my breading, and then I really just season it with whatever I'm feeling at the time. So I did like some dash seasoning, some salt and pepper. Sometimes I'll do like garlic and stuff, and I'll dip the pork chop into the egg mixture, and then I'll coat it with the panko and flour mixture. And then now I'm just frying it. As you can see, I have mashed potatoes also going. I'm just hand mashing those. And then I'll make some gravy and we'll have a vegetable, and that will be dinner for the evening. Everybody enjoys it. It's very simple, and it has the reminders of home and childhood, especially for me, because this is something that my mom always made on like a Sunday evening. So it's something that I always look forward to too. Very simple, but delicious. And like I said, a reminder of my childhood. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.